Hello everyone, my name is Achille Yona and welcome back to my YouTube channel. And if you're new here, then just welcome. Happy to have you. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the bell button because you do not want to miss the content I am bringing, because who bring it like me? Yeah, that's what I thought. So, and also before I get deeper into this video, be sure to check out Shop Originally Apparel. It is 40% off today, tomorrow, and on Saturday. And to tell y'all guys, we're gonna stop selling apparel after December 16th this year. So you may want to go ahead and grab it before it's gone. And I know you're like, oh my god, why are you letting the apparel go? Because I'm ready to take a new direction. I'm ready to really I really want to show y'all the different aspects of indigenous culture. And I know a lot of us are reconnecting back into our indigenous roots. And I just don't want to like show people that we exist here anymore, because I'm tired. Okay, I'm tired. I'm tired that we have to prove ourselves to people that don't even matter, okay? And on top of it, like, I just feel like it's like damaging. I feel like it's damaging that we constantly have to enforce the narrative that we exist to people, that we were here, and all this other different things. So representation matters, but I feel like us embracing our culture and practicing our culture is more important than trying to prove to someone that we actually look indigenous and we come from indigenous people and so on and so forth. Because honestly, who cares? Who cares if people don't think that we are indigenous? Like, they don't know us. The people don't know me. People have a lot to say about me, and they don't know me from a can of paint. I mean, people could be like, "Oh, you look like." Well, I look like Monty. I look good. I look sexy. I know what I look like. I don't need you telling me. I don't need you breaking down the pathology of my genes when this is the first encounter you have met me. And it's kind of sad because even Native people do this to quote unquote Black indigenous people, not knowing that they are carrying the same characteristics as the quote unquote colonizers. But anyway, let's just talk about Thanksgiving before I go on a whole rampage, okay? Because it is so many discrepancies in the whole Thanksgiving story. And I know if you live in a household that is predominantly Black culture, and I'm using air quotation marks because we live in a society where you have to identify with titles instead of us just identifying with the tribes and nations that we come from. And people don't understand being indigenous, and that indigenous is, it's a global where anybody can be indigenous. So everybody wants to use words like black, colored, Negro, and even Indian, like those ain't misnomers. But anyway, I don't want to get deep off into that. But in quote unquote Black households, we have the pro-Black person in the background talking about, you celebrating the white man's holiday, you over here celebrating this, that. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I was one of them. Okay, I am changed, I am reformed, I have changed my ways. Okay. But y'all guys, I want to come and tell y'all guys that Thanksgiving is not a white man's holiday. And in fact, the New England tribes of North America, okay, they have been practicing autumn uh celebration feasts for many years before European influence, before they even came in contact with Europeans. We've been having um harvest feasts for a long time, y'all. And I feel like because so many indigenous people, including Black indigenous people, are so disconnected from their roots, that they forget that a lot of times when Europeans come out talking about, oh yeah, we created this, baby, it stems from you. It stems from most likely indigenous culture or Black indigenous culture. Okay, they're not going to tell you, but it's up to us to talk to each other and do our due diligence and do our research to know the truth. And the truth is, the tribe that is constantly talked about in the Thanksgiving story, the Wampanoag, they like to play like, oh my god, the Wampanoag and the Pilgrims came together and they just had this big old feast with turkey and cranberry sauce. Babe, that was far from the truth. Stop believing in white lies. Okay, and that's why so many natives don't like Thanksgiving, because pale people are putting on Indian costumes and they're teaching the children wrong. They got these children out here thinking that the pilgrims and the Indians were besties. And that is so far from the truth. As a matter of fact, we have been led to believe that Thanksgiving was created from a massacre, and it wasn't. Oh, yes, it wasn't. Now, the Wampanoag was not invited to the feast by the pilgrims, or should I say, separatists, okay, however you pronounce that name, because that's what they called themselves before they were called pilgrims. Pilgrims is what them call them now, but the separatists didn't call themselves pilgrims at that time. But anyway, okay, so the pilgrims, they was having a feast of their own. The Wampanoag was not even invited. And there is a historical account that the pilgrims was a little rowdy. You know, they was a little rowdy. They got to shooting them guns and the cannons. And the indigenous people, the Wampanoag, they was like, oh. And they pulled up and they was like, what's up? What you shooting for? Okay, cause hearing gunshots, that's like fighting words. That's like fighting action. So you know how our ancestors be. And it turned out that, they just had a 3-day celebration feast. It started off when the Wampanoag came over, and they ended up having dinner with the, Europeans. And it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough food. So the Wampanoag went out and hunted, venison, deer, and brought it back, and they all ate. And they just, I guess, having a good time. I wasn't particularly there, but this is the accounts that we are learning now. So pretty much everything we have been taught in school about indigenous people is a lie. And these harmful stereotypes, they are harmful. It's harmful, and it is a slap in the face when these teachers are dressing up as Indians and having these children participate in this stuff, like it was just everything. Like, oh my God, yeah, like, you know the the pilgrims appreciated Squanto, which is a lie. Okay. Oh, the indigenous people and the Europeans just came together and was eating turkey. Baby, no one was not eating no turkey.